So we've just put the appropriate board in to accommodate the dado blade.
And here, let me start this first before I want to make sure it's not going to chuck the shoe up to this guy. Okay, so now we're actually going to cut a groove. So if we wanted to make, it's a 1/2 inch wide dado. If we wanted to measure up a certain amount, the depth of the cut, we would take a digital vernier, and this here can get is as accurate as you want it to be. So if we wanted to go 1/4 of an inch as a decimal is 250 thousandths of an inch. So you bring it to 250. Lock the nut on the top. Lay it on the table. Bring it down to the table insert. And you rock it back and forth to see what the highest point is, which would be like right there. I can feel it. You take it off. If there had to be a certain distance away, you would use the fence, but right now I'm just showing you just how to cut the groove in the board. So make sure everything's off the table. You want to make sure equal pressure is against the fence and against the table when you're making this cut. Start it up. Okay. And it cuts an accurate groove in order to accept the next board. That would fit, if that was exactly a 1/2 inch, it would fit in perfectly. Right? So you glue it and you screw it. Now the last thing that we're going to, at the table saw we can do, you can also use a feather board when we're ripping a board. And what that does is, this goes in the channel. And you also want the fingers to be pushing, to be facing that way. So it actually, when you're pushing, it actually puts pressure against the fence. So we'll slide that.
In other words, it allows the piece of wood to go through and doesn't bind.
That up. Lock that, see if that was the size. You push the feathers against it. Lock it, and it adds equal pressure against the board, so it's more accurate in the width. Take the push stick, and you don't even need the push stick anymore. You just need the push block, because the feather board really should put enough pressure against it. So we'll start. Oh, we're still on high enough here. Hang on. 1/8 of an inch above the board. Start it up. And there we are. Now I can't stress enough how important safety is on this machine. It is the most dangerous machine in the shop, and as Mr. Neil and I can attest, it can be, it holds no prisoners. If this thing wants to, if the board wants to kick back, or if the board wants to shoot up, or if the board binds, or if you're cutting a miter and it wants to shoot up at you, you can't stop it. The blade is going 2,000 RPM, and like I said, it holds no prisoners. So be careful, be safe. If you have any questions, ask. And if you're not comfortable doing it, get us and we'll show you how to use it.
This is the one tool where it's a healthy thing to have a fear of the blade. Obviously, fingers never go anywhere near it. That's why we have push sticks and everything else to avoid. That blade won't take a discretion between your hand and a piece of wood. It'll cut it off.